All right, first step to not being a statistic is making your own food. We're gonna have to prompt the claps, and we're gonna have to prompt the fucking ahs and the yays and the woos. Step one, get rid of the fucking pesticides. We're making salsa and steak. And I don't know how many jalapenos I need. Let's just put all of them in there. These are from Walmart, so we're gonna wash these for a long time. And this is what we got. We're gonna soak these suckers in this fruit and veggie soak. 100% natural, removes pesticides, diesel exhaust, and chemical residues. Just a little bit of that. Then we're gonna soak it. And meanwhile, I'm gonna make a steak because I haven't eaten yet. Another step to not being a statistic, no T-Fel in your house whatsoever, ever, in any way, shape, or form. Cast iron or stainless steel only. I would actually say if you have T-Fel in your home, you're not only a statistic, you're a soy boy. I should probably get my tomatoes ready. Okay. Man, Alberto doesn't clean this fucking thing out. He makes bread with it. Anywho, we're gonna make salsa and steaks. And I have a ton of tomatoes that I grew. I grew these with my own love. So we're gonna take these, get out the rotten one. Actually, I'm gonna take all these little stems off here too while I can. I can't believe I'm doing this at like fucking 9 o'clock. I have to wake up at not that early, actually. I've got like an AI event tomorrow. And that doesn't start till 9:30, so if I get on the road for like 8:40, I'm gonna be set. One more. Just keeping these in an Amazon box, that's cooked. And then I've had a bunch ripening up. Can't even see that. I didn't actually expect to have so many ripe tomatoes. So we're gonna be making a ton of salsa. An absolute ton. Jeez Louise. Check it out. We got a ton of tomatoes, and of course these are pesticide, herbicide free. I grew them in organic soil. These are organic plants, but I'm gonna give them a wash, and then we're gonna let them dry, and then I'm gonna make steak. And of course, always freaking cleaning, because we cannot leave a mess for the other people. These are all the ugliest tomatoes. These are all like the ones that I picked off the vine at the end of the year that I had sit in a bag for about 3 weeks to ripen. This is the only one that looks like a normal tomato. Look at this one though. This was all freaking jambalaya up. Just like a mutant tomato. Anyway, we're gonna let these dry, and I'm gonna completely divert my attention to food right now. But actually before I do that, I'm gonna rinse off the jalapenos and the cilantro because they've been sitting in that sauce for, so I'm gonna give them one of these. We're gonna rinse this at least 5 times, at least, because although this 98% natural chemical is helpful in removing the herbicides and pesticides, I ain't eating it. I am not eating it. I don't want none of it. It's number 3. You're here with me. Avocado oil in the pan. Heat in the pan. Of course, we're putting that on too. I'm just gonna let this heat up, and I'll show you a secret. I don't know if you'll like it, to knowing when this is ready to put the steaks on. Oh, by the way, these are the steaks. I've had them salted, wrapped in paper towel at room temperature for at least an hour. At least an hour. You can actually put those right there so you can see them. I'm gonna unwrap them. And listen, these aren't no ribeyes. This is protein. This is straight to the bicep type fucking steak. Like, we're not looking at any significant marbling by any stretch of the imagination, but it's decent. It's adequate. This is an adequate piece of meat. Another one. We're gonna let this warm up for a couple minutes here, real hot. Oh, and by the way, let me show you something. Show you something here. I need to fill up my water bottle. Where am I gonna do that? How about with this magical fucking device right here? Get this out of the way. This is the filter. Santivia glass water filter. It claims to have minerals, but we're gonna do a little extra here in a second. We're gonna take this water, we're gonna move it over here, okay? behind the camera, I just got this little bowl of Malden sea salt. So I'm gonna take that and take a little bit here. Boom. That's how you know it's hot. Steaks are going in. That's what I would call a yin and a yang. All right, these are probably ready to flip. You may have noticed something change in the background, and it's these jars. I'll tell you about that in a second. Oh, that is fucking really hot. They're not really high quality steaks, so you don't get this like beautiful bark on the outside. But anyway, back to the jars. I just took those out of the oven after being sanitized because I've got a lot of salsa, so I'm gonna can it. It's 10 o'clock, it's almost 10 o'clock, and we're making steaks and canning salsa. That's the vibe, don't be a statistic. So we don't wanna overcook it. It's probably overcooked. Yeah, we like our steaks medium rare at the very most, at the absolute most, no more than medium rare. And this pan's actually dry. I put quite a bit of oil, but these steaks have no fat, so it actually dried out the pan. One of these is going straight into the Tupperware. Jesus, purpose, not pleasure. Actually, this one is going straight to the plate, and this one is going straight into Tupperware. I'll chop it up later. And then how we're going to clean this is actually getting this out of the way. I'm multitasking so hard. This is my canner. This is my water bath canner. Anyway, we're gonna take this. I'm gonna take you with me. And some people might say that this is an inadequate way to wash a cast iron pan. I don't care. This is how I've washed my cast iron pan forever. Of course, with water. Don't think I'm gonna use soap, that would be nuts. Just water, but while it's hot. I always do it while it's hot. And then just a little one of these. Little thorough scrub here. We have a clean cast iron pan, which we will then take and put back on the stove. We're gonna dry it out. While it cools, of course, adding a little bit of oil to re-season it, because that was a very, very dry usage. It's fucking hot. Ow! Okay, now we have supper. We have food to eat, which is right here. The water bath canner is full, so we're gonna get that rolling. It'll probably take fucking 20 minutes just to boil, and now we're gonna get worked on this salsa. So I'm gonna re-situate you, wash the oil off my hands, and teleport just like this. All right, let's go through what's going down here. We've got the cooked steak, we've got the compost bin, we've got the mixing bowl, cutting board, and then all of the salsa ingredients are right here. Not quite actually, because I'm gonna make mango salsa, so I need to get a couple mangoes from behind me. But this is what's going on. I'm gonna eat the steak while prepping all of this. The water boiler is getting boiled, and then we're just gonna make it all happen. Oh, I also have an onion, and yeah, you're just gonna see what's going on. So I'm gonna start eating and preparing right now. So let's see how I did on the steak first. So chewy. I actually just washed this bowl because it was a little grimy. They're supposed to be clean when they are in the cupboard, but this one was less than perfect. Now it is perfect. This is gonna be very long and tedious, so I'll fucking time lapse this or something. Trusty, where's the fucking good paring knife? There we go. Trusty paring knife. Rough chops on everything. I'm gonna film one of these really messed up ones because I have to deal with this. Come on now. We're basically just gonna cut around that. And that's about it. Smallest little tomato slices. Actually might not have as much tomato as I would have originally thought because of all of these messed up ones. Just gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, no. We're about halfway through, as you can see. I don't know. I'm making progress on this steak. Now that we have the better lighting, I did do better lighting, you can maybe see. Medium rare. Wow, a normal sized tomato, a normal looking tomato. That's been a rare breed in this batch. Let me tell you, all of these cuts are completely different sizes. So before you say anything, I know. All right, that's all the tomatoes. We do not have a lot of room in this bowl. So I'm just gonna do the onions, the jalapenos, and then I'll figure it out from there. There's a lot of stuff going around about like the right way to cut an onion, wrong way to cut an onion. I don't care. You're gonna see the best way to cut an onion quickest for salsa time. Both sides off in the bin along the side. Peel the outside layer off. Sometimes it comes off nicely, sometimes it doesn't. In that case, we just get another layer because it's an onion. Adequate. Down the middle, and then chop, okay? We do not have time for all that mumbo jumbo of nope. Oh my gosh, am I crying? Yes, I am. Because I think, I don't know, that I cut like the foot of it or something, the eye. But don't be a statistic. Real men cry, and real men just cut the onion the way it needs to be cut, and don't worry about what the world thinks of them. And you know, I'm not following a recipe. I'm not following a recipe at all. Well, I kind of am. I googled like what goes into mango salsa, and it's what I'm putting in there. So I will take the seeds out of this actually. So how am I gonna do this? Let's do that. Let's do this, and then there's gonna be some Latino out there that's like, man, you're a wuss not putting the seeds in there. Jose, probably right. The joke's on you. I live with Latinos. Right there. Beaners. I can't put that on there, man. Cancelled. Cancelled. Just kidding. Best friends forever. Beaners. Oh. See, I'm taking all the seeds out, but I'm gonna put 3 whole ass jalapenos in here. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be spicy enough. I don't know though. I didn't really look at the recipe, and I'm not following any type of recipe right now. We're just gonna make sure these are very, very fine. Super fine. Shawty, how you get so fine? Shawty, how you get so fine? I'm sweating. What do you do on your Saturday nights? You know, you might be in the club right now. You might be shaking some ass. But I'm at home being the lonely house husband. You out there being a statistic? I'm out here sweating and crying over these jalapenos. All right, and as soon as you're done cutting jalapenos, make sure to touch your eyes. Add some cilantro too. That's it. Be right there. Yeah, done. And I think the proper way to cut spices is to roll them. I don't know what you would call these herbs. The herb. Proper way to smoke. I mean, cut the herbs is like this. Pretty much just putting everything I bought in here. All right, I'm gonna mix this. Actually, I'm gonna add lime, salt, apple cider vinegar, and I'm gonna mix this and then put it in another bowl and then add the mangoes. So, all right, so I just had a look at a recipe. For some measurement, it said like 2 tablespoons of limes. We're gonna add some limes and some apple cider vinegar and some sugar and some garlic. Let's just see what comes out of this. 1 second here. Okay, we're definitely gonna use all 4. These are not the juiciest. All right. And of course, we have the organic apple cider vinegar. It said a tablespoon, so we're just gonna that seems good. That seems adequate. And then now time for some garlic. So I like to get as much as this stuff off as I can here. The external husk. And it said 2 cloves. So we're gonna add like 5. Those are big cloves of garlic though. Those are huge. Okay. This is the tool, by the way. Take all the ends off here. Yep. Oh, we still got a little bit of husk on. This is meticulous. Ouch, I almost cut my finger. This is garlic. We're mincing garlic, making it really fine so we can put it in the salsa. Still see a couple big pieces. You know what? It doesn't even matter. Boom. So we added the garlic, we added the lime, we added the stuff, whatever that is, apple cider vinegar. Now we're gonna add a little bit of sugar, And don't you think for a second, a New York second, don't you think for a New York second I'm using anything but organic cane sugar. Don't be silly. And I forget what the measurement was, but that seems good. That seems good. And then we're gonna do a little bit of salt and a little bit of ground pepper. Said for the smaller amount. The recipe I'm going off was probably like literally for a third of what I'm making. So it said like a half teaspoon of salt. That seems like at least a tablespoon. And same thing, it said a half teaspoon of pepper. This pepper shaker is very oily. Oh, okay, that's a little much actually. Now I'm gonna wash my hands and then get all up in there. All right. Hands are washed. This bowl is washed too. Quick steak bite. We're almost done. Now we mix. Oh, this is full. Boy. Ooh, this actually looks scrumptious. I want to get the juice in there. All right, we have the bowls divided. Pretty well mixed. I actually kind of want to try it. Let me get a little taste here. Could use another jalapeno. It's not that spicy. Maybe a little more salt too. A little more salt. So we're gonna do that here real quick. But keep in mind, I'm gonna be canning this, and when it gets canned, it's essentially gonna get cooked a little bit. Yeah, flavors are gonna get to know each other a little bit more when they're in there. So, you know, we're not gonna go crazy on the mango. I think these mangoes are pretty fucked anyway. I got a whole box of mangoes for $10. Yeah, like look, like out of all of the mangoes I have, I don't know if we're gonna be able to use any of them. We're gonna just get some mango pieces in there for some color, you know, a little bit of flav. Sweetness is nice already in the salsa. Okay, that's an adequate piece of mango. And another adequate piece, okay. Just solid, some solid pieces, okay. Oh, but it's like, it's tough. These mangoes are very strange. So we'll probably put like, you know, one mango in one side, one mango in the other. Got some color, some flavor. Like, I don't know if you can hear these chops, but they're sweet. I want to tell you these mangoes are sweet, but like they're not soft. This part's soft, but it's not consistent. It's definitely quite inconsistent actually. All right, that's one side. Maybe we'll add more. We'll add more depending on how these other mangoes come out. But I just do not have a lot of hope for these mangoes. Okay, this is another good one. Okay, you guys are clearly confused when you hear me talking about these subpar mangoes because these have come out pretty, yeah, but like look at, you can see right here, actually, this one's, I'm not gonna cut that into there. And actually a tiny, you know what? Some discoloration on this one that I gotta cut off. So, the whole box came out like this, actually. I'm actually gonna put this in this side, and then we'll load up the other side now. I love cutting mangoes because they're just slimy. They're just like so easy to cut so fast. Slimy mango. Very important thing when you're canning is sanitation. So really not trying to touch my sleeves once I wash my hands. I am just getting this done. Ooh, this is a bad one. This is a bad one. Look at all of these mangoes are just fucked. Boom. Let's try this one. This is a good one. Adequate, perfect. Pareto, these mangoes are pretty fucked, eh? These are trash mangoes. I got scammed by Walmart. Actually, no, I bought these at the real Canadian Superstore. Well, that's why I got 11 mangoes for $10. Let's try this actually. Bad. They taste good though. Super speed, 3, 2, 1. That was a terrible chop. Let's try one more. This will be a good chop, I know it. Nope. That's fucking turning green, actually. Okay, we'll just put this in there and then call it a day. This is pretty much done. Now we mix. No, dude, it's got this like clip thing. It's fucking sick. Just fucking, you know, the canner boiler. Some more rum punch for you, you know? Yo, Prieto, can you do me a favor? Can you just like pick up the bowl and pour it into the bigger bowl? Oh, thank you to my assistant, Nicholas Prieto Beaner. Hell yeah. Okay, well, I'm done, yeah. Okay, well, let's give this a try here. Get a nice big. All right, I'm actually gonna add 2 more limes. You ever see those videos of the Indian people loading up their things and like, and now we've got sterilized jars. Don't even come at me. They are almost all the same size. Just gonna wash our tools here real quick. I think we can fill up 3 jars here. I think we can definitely fill up 3 jars. Risky fucking business. We've done it! And of course, to keep these from fucking exploding, gotta do this. Forgot to boil my lids, people. I forgot to boil my lids, so I'm throwing them into the canning pot right now. So while I do this, lids ready, and then to go straight into the canner. And we're gonna get a piece of paper towel and clean the edges, of course. There's like an inch of space in these, so this one's got the most. This one has the least. What can you do? So now I've brought you over to the water bath. We've got our 3 cans and the lids are in there boiling. I'm gonna show you what mess we've made. I'm gonna show you the mess because you'll see how spotlessly clean it'll get here in a minute. So that's what we did. 2 bites of steak left. Hardly anything. The steak will be gone by the time you see it. But yeah, look at the mess and then watch it disappear. But between now and then, you can watch me put the lids on these cans. Got these tongs here. Just sway them around the water. Get them sanitized for a second. All right, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right, let me get the sealers and then we'll be done. And as per the old ladies I watched on YouTube and my aunt, my Tanta Susie, don't put these on too tight. Just up to there. Let's put that in. We want to make sure it actually comes up to the neck, so let's hope that water rises. Okay, it's rising. And with one more, I think it's going to be exactly where we want it to be. Fucking, actually I'm going to take all these out and put them right on the fucking ground. Because I don't need this, but I do want them to be more in the water. So we're going to do that. And now the water is right up to their necks. As you can see, we're going to take the lid to this cauldron, put it on there, high heat. We've got both elements running. Can you see that? Can you see the second element? Maybe. I think we're gonna leave that for, I don't know, I'll Google it. I think 45 minutes or something. But let me snap my fingers and show you how pristine the kitchen gets. Boom, just like that. It's clean. We've just performed magic, Prieto. We went from fucking dirty to clean. Yeah, for my next trick, I'm eliminating all mess. Anyway, this is my steak. Lunch for tomorrow. That was a jalapeno seed, and it is very spicy. But yeah, we're gonna leave this to can, whatever, for fucking special appearance by Prieto. We're gonna leave that to can for about 45 minutes and then take it out and then go to bed. So that's how to, in one way, not be a statistic. Firstly, make all your own shit. Secondly, clean up after yourself. That's the most important part. So thanks for watching. Have the best day ever and don't be a statistic. All right, this was not supposed to go for 45 minutes. So I'm gonna take these out right now. It's been 20 minutes, which is perfect. I looked at a recipe, it said 15 to 20 minutes, so turning this off. You're gonna see in real time if these explode. Fucking, these are scary. I don't like canning. This really freaks me out. Wait. My safety gear on here, because sometimes these cans just decide to explode. I'm not about that, so got our canning tool here. That's them over there. All right, I think we're safe. We're gonna leave that for at least 24 hours, let the seals seal. That's canning, that is salsa, that is steak, and that is my lifestyle. So don't be statistic. Have the best day ever. And eat healthy. Eat healthy fucking food. Get away from that processed bullshit. Make your own salsa, okay? This is way better than any salsa you will buy.